Joey, I was telling Eric that when you type, the reason you don't use a monitor and a keyboard is like you look at where you type and you only type with 2 fingers, right?
Yeah, so on the record,
Shut up. Don't even admit that.
I only type with 2 fingers, my 2 pointer fingers. I never learned to touch type. So because I know where the keys are, but I never did any like formal training to know how to touch type. So I use these 2 fingers. So I kind of have to look at the keyboard as I type. But then as I'm writing a document, my eyes need to like jump between the two quickly. And if the gap between the keyboard and the monitor is too big, it hurts I get dizzy, or I don't know what it is. I can't do it. So I can only work on a laptop.
I'm the one that doesn't know how to edit a Canva, okay? Like, you're the software engineer, and your typing skills are trash.
Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Buying a House in Japan. Besties are back. We got Eric in the studio today. We got Taki in the studio, and we got myself, Joey. Welcome, everybody. We got an exciting episode today.
I've been told we should reintroduce ourselves, Joey and Eric. Joey, who are you? Who are we?
My name's Joey, longtime friends with Take since college. Take and I bought a house in 2023 in Japan. Eric bought a house, might have been 2023 as well. And we have been on a journey ever since exploring the real estate world of Japan. Take and I have together bought 6 houses. Eric's at 3 or 4 at the
Just
moment
two.
right now.
Just two.
3 cars, though. 3 cars, right? How many
3
cars, Eric?
cars, 2 houses.
There we go. There we go.
In addition to that, Taki and I have started the AkiyaMart website and the AkiyaMart Direct purchasing program where you can buy remotely and have utilities handled for you as well. So we'll talk about that a little bit later.
Eric, who are you?
I'm Eric. I am a general contractor in the state of Minnesota in the United States. And I was one of you guys' first consults / clients to buy an Akiya. And I grew up in Japan, about 20 years of my life, my young adulthood. And I was searching to get back there. And then I found these two guys. And I was like, wow, what a cool bromance while I get an Akiya.
Hell yeah.
Take,
Eric was
who
our
are you?
guinea pig. Who am I? My name's Take. I live born and raised in California, but my dad is from Japan. So I went to Japan a lot. I am a licensed real estate agent in California and I think Joey and many other people felt it priced out of the market, even though we worked 10 years in tech here. Yeah, when we both got laid off from our jobs, decided let's go buy a house in Akiya. But yeah, it's been a fun 2 years, boys. Looking forward to the next couple. But today we have some fun topics. Before going into it, though, Eric, you just got back from Niigata, right? Tell us about your trip.
Yeah, I was there for a little over a couple weeks, I think. It was a fun trip. I got to finalize my Horigotatsu Yakiniku living room.
What is
grill
that
out
for the
table.
listener who doesn't know?
So I have a sunken coffee table in my tatami room has a grill insert, so I can just sit there and grill fine slices of beef. And it has an external fan outside the house, so you don't have to worry about like a range or hood or anything like that. Yeah, and I had a number of different tradespeople help me facilitate and get it off the ground. Yeah, so that was probably the most exciting part of the visit, to get that done. So,
This guy's got a JBBQ restaurant inside his house now. Personal JB. You guys ever watch Richie Rich growing up? That movie with Macaulay Culkin in it, where he's like, "You have your own McDonald's."
That McDonald's.
Yeah, you got your own JBBQ.
Yeah.
What have you cooked on it besides meat? Have you cooked eggs on it or anything, or like? Can you?
No, it is a grill. I'd have to put probably like a flat pan on top of it. No, I had my good friend Ito-san over, and then I had Takahashi and I can't say his name. Another one of the guys that I worked with on from the gas company. And when they came over, I was like, hey, I've got everything, guys. How much meat do you want? 300 grams? All right, cool. 300 grams a person, right? And got rice, which, by the way, I was told by my guests that my rice was better than their rice at home. So I was like,
Niigata's famous for rice, right?
Yeah, Niigata is famous for
Koshi
rice
Hikari,
production.
right?
Yeah.
What's next? Sorry.
Go
Continue
ahead.
what you were saying. I was going to ask, what's next for the house project-wise?
I gotta finish the toilet room. I mean, it's gonna get like little just trim and the ceiling put back in and stuff like that. The guest room is done, so we have space for guests. I think the next big thing would be like a kitchen updo, maybe like getting like tint on the windows, if that's a
Ooh,
thing, or
yeah.
if I can get that. I
Because it
don't
was
want them.
hot. I bet it was hot when you were there, right? You're like,
It
oh
was
man.
boiling, and I had my winter curtains on. And so this is a thing, right? That one of the things that I learned that I wasn't really accustomed to, even though I had lived there for 20 years, is that everything is set up for summer and winter. So like you change all your sheets, you change your curtains, you change like your clothes, your accessories, your appliances and stuff to all be set up for the summer. So like I had black curtains because I like black, but it's not good in the summertime. And I
Oh,
had
interesting.
winter bedding, which is like soft and fuzzy, like flannel type bedding, and we had to change it over to like summer bedding, which is like silky smooth. So
All right, what was your biggest surprise this trip, or did it go as expected? What was actually a curveball in this trip? I know, like all of us planned, like we're gonna do this, this, this. Like, what
yeah,
was like, oh, what the hell?
my third car. So
Number three.
yeah, I mean, I hoped to receive it when I was there. I had purchased it before I got there and everything, so I was just hoping to kind of punch in the paperwork. And I accidentally did my parking my parking certificate. I did it under my personal name, but my affidavit form to purchase the car was no longer valid. So if I wanted to get it, I would have had to purchase it with my Honko from my company. But I did my parking certificate in my personal name and not my company name. Ipso facto, I couldn't take receipt on my car. So my friend is going to hold
Mon
it for me.
J bureaucracy Mondays.
Yeah, it's a perfect example when you actually have everything, but you have a stamp for this and you have this and this, and they're in two different names, even though you own both of them. They won't accept it.
I have a pretty sick personal Honko. I got a Snorlax with my last name in it. Joey, I don't
Shut
know
up.
why.
You got a
It's
Snorlax?
it's a Snorlax with my last name on the stomach, and I'm like, oh, this is actually my Honko, and they're like, yeah, it's legit.
I need to stand out less there, so I got regular plain Jane Honko.
Oh, dude. My company Honko does look really sick. I'm really happy with it. But yeah, I should once I get my visa, I'll probably get. Now you've given me a new idea to get some really cool Honko.
How do we describe Honko to the listener who's not ever experienced Honko? It's like a stamp instead of your signature, right? In Japan.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You get
I
it
sign-
registered.
I sign a lot in the US, like checks and things. So I actually have like a stamp with my signature. I had like a
Ooh.
stamp made with my actual signature.
That's cool.
Yeah. So it's the same thing, just not your signature. Now it's a symbol that represents your signature.
Yeah, just in Japan, you have one that you need to take special care of, and you get it registered with City Hall or whenever you get your Jumihyo or Zairyu card or whatever. And that's what you use to sign stuff for. And they really check this stuff. Who checks signatures in America, right? Does anyone
Yeah.
ever like comparing two signatures? Like, I feel like never, but I believe they do that kind of stuff in Japan.
My bank does. They've rejected a few of mine.
I remember we were incorporating our company, Joey, and I think your signature was sent back or something. Like our motto was like, hey, this is not the same as this or something. I think you did the same to me too.
And you need to
Yep. I had
you
the
need to be
same.
careful when you Hanko, when you stamp things as well with your Hanko, because like you need to make sure it lands properly, and they're like
Right
these
side
little
up.
wooden dowel things. And I don't think the right side up matters that much, but you need to get a clear imprint of it. And it's easy to mess that up, I find.
I have one Honko that has a dot on it. And Yoshi said, he's like very specific. That dot is to be faced up. And he was like, so if you do this one, though for the company, because there's 3 different ones, there is one
Yeah.
that specifically had that.
Okay, guys, that leads us into our topic of the day. We're going to do another round robin, 6 things only Akiya buyers will understand. Same deal as last time. Should we do a snake draft, or should we just go full circle?
What does snake draft mean?
It would be like,
Last
let's
goes
say
twice.
last goes twice in a row. It's like in Catan. If you go last, you put your settlement twice.
Catan
Wingspan rules?
No, Catan, bro. Okay. All right, so 6 things only Akiya buyers will understand. We have not previously discussed this. It's going to be, hopefully you guys don't steal them all, but Eric, you just got back. Start us off. What's one thing only Akiya buyers will understand?
That, gosh, I was hoping that to be first.
You got
I
the
mean, I'm gonna
easiest.
go with the easy one. The easy one. Akiya buyers will understand trash really fast. Like you might not day one, but you will eventually have a very good grip on understanding trash culture and being really neighborly and orderly with your trash.
Why is that?
Because you'll get scolded otherwise, and your trash just won't get picked up, or it'll get put back on your property, or yeah, any number of different ways that you might get told that you didn't do it correctly. But fun fact, we've seen our neighbors not do it correctly too. So our
Ooh,
Japanese neighbors. So
busted.
yeah,
I see that too, actually. So in Tama, the bottles need to be, you need to remove the label from the bottle and then separate the cap off, kind of thing,
and
and
the,
like
and the the
rinse
twist,
it.
the ring, plastic ring.
Oh, the
Oh,
plastic ring.
We
have
have a
not
tool.
had to
We have
do
a
that,
tool
but
for removing that. Yeah,
Oh, really?
so
yeah.
the frustrating thing about trash is like Beppu and Tama, very different systems. I'm sure Niigata, it's not a federal nationwide system. It's every municipality, because like Tama, Inagi City, right next to it, have different systems as well. So it's like every municipality gets the opportunity to impose their own trash rules, and it would be nice if they just picked one.
Yoshi came to visit, right? My realtor, for listeners, came to visit and stay at our place to watch the world famous fireworks for Nagaoka. And he witnessed the trash because he was staying at my place. And he said that my trash is crazy. It's the worst that he's witnessed in
No.
Japan. Yeah.
Like in your garage, like you have a trash pile, right?
Like the
Or
way
the strictness.
the strictness, yeah, the strictness
Oh
level in my
no.
area, he said, is on another level. So
That's interesting, because Tama is more strict than Beppu, and so I just assumed, oh, maybe the more rural, the more relaxed, but like I guess that's not correct.
tell you, in Aomori, it's definitely relaxed if you go up north. Yeah.
How good of a feeling is it coming back to America and just like having trash and seeing a trash can, just chucking anything into a miscellaneous
Good
trash can? It's like
feeling.
the
Guys,
best feeling.
I have post-trash anxiety now, so I think I'm more aware. I don't treat it like as such because I'm just so like hyper aware of trash now. Yeah.
I love the feeling. I'm not sorting, just like throw a bottle into a trash can or something. Like, F it. No one's going to come and get me.
Another thing that I find interesting about the trash in Japan, and again, Tama is a little bit different than Beppu, but this is mostly based on Beppu experience, is they burn a lot of plastic in Japan. So the moeru gomi, so Beppu is
Incredible.
moeru gomi, it's burnable, non-burnable, and then recycling. And plastic, so all the puda, styrofoam, all that stuff goes into burnable. So at least in
Yeah.
Beppu, they're burning all this plastic. In
Yeah.
Tama, they separate out the puda, but they probably just burn it as well.
What's weird is they have paper is separated from burnable. At
They
least
do?
in
Yeah,
my
like
area.
newspapers. Yeah,
Oh.
yeah. Usually
Or
like
like we have
magazines.
Cardboard.
well, we have cardboard,
Cardboard.
newspaper. That's one day, and then we have like just regular paper, like napkins, trash paper, and then we have another one that's like the styrofoam and burnable.
Okay,
We
yeah.
call it burnable plastics.
So how many trash bins? Like if you were to do
Five.
this, 5. Yeah, yeah. I think we're at 4 in Tama.
And Beppu has 3, I feel like, right?
Beppu has
Beppu's probably the
3.
most lax. And I
Yeah.
remember, Jerry, we got so much cardboard. We were just going like calling ourselves Damboru King, which is like cardboard kings, because it was just like, oh, geez. How much would you
Yeah.
pay someone to just store your trash for you, Eric? Let's say I'm an American. I come to Japan and I'm just like, I'm going to throw everything in this one bag.
I will pay
And
3
this company,
times as much as I pay in the U.S.
how much do you pay in the U.S.? Like $100 a month?
Yeah, maybe $100 a month at most. I would
Okay.
pay $300 a month to not worry about trash.
You're saying you're going to put everything in one, and then you're paying someone to go through your bags. And
Whatever they decide to do with it after the fact,
Well,
that is on them.
yeah, exactly.
Whether they go through it or not, that is on
They
them.
handle the disposal.
It's just like America. We have a giant recycle bin where everything goes. We assume they go through it, right? But we don't know.
Okay, so number 2, trash. Or sorry, number 1, trash. Joey, you're up for number 2.
Okay, number 2. So my one for number 2 is okay, something only Akiya buyers will understand is one of your biggest battles is going to be temperature regulation. So you are going to find you're going to need an AC in the winter. You're going to need that split unit heater in the summer. You're going to start thinking, okay, I got to insulate these walls. You're going to start thinking, okay, should I double pane the glass here? Taki and I just recently had someone come look at our attic to see if we could insulate in the Tama City. So I feel like something that you only really understand after you buy one of these older properties is that temperature regulation is like a big problem you're going to have to figure out.
100,000% agree. I feel like I've been the coldest and the hottest I've been. I think these past 2 years have been in Japan, for both of those apexes and lows.
Yeah, and it's not so straightforward. So we did try to find someone like it's going to be we were told it's going to be difficult to insulate our attic, and so we were asking this contractor we were speaking to, don't they have like those spray foam companies? They drill a hole in through the outside, just fill the whole thing with spray foam, and he's never heard of it, but he's going to ask around. So just know that they don't have the same insulation techniques potentially.
Okay, I'm going with number 3. I think going from a dreamer to a buyer of an Akiya is there's always going to be your property is never going to be done. I think you just have such limited time to be there and like furnish and do everything you want. You'll find, especially as a foreigner, you're going back and forth, you're traveling a lot. Like, I don't think our Beppu place will ever be done. I don't think our Tama place will ever be done. And maybe that's because we bought at a lower price point, but there's always like this like ideal, like, oh, we're going to get it to this point. And I don't know if we're ever going to hit that because there's just problems that come up or things we want to improve. Like, we improved our entire bottom floor Beppu and they're like, damn it, we should have just redone our kitchen at the same time. And we're starting to see those like, inconsistencies that we're like, okay, let's just flatten everything out. And the ceiling keeps getting higher and higher. So I don't know how to phrase it, but it's like emotionally, you're never going to have it in a place, I believe, unless you live there full time. So maybe, Eric, you might get there.
Probably not. I'm always in a state of updating. So
do you feel that way about your properties and your rental properties in Hawaii though? Like, do you feel like they will just never be done either?
No, I think I like really maxed it.
What's the difference then?
I believe when I lived there in Hawaii, I was pushing really, really hard. And I think you get the ship to a certain point and you just let it run free. So I'd say I worked like really, really hard on my Hawaii place for like 2 months straight. And then I was living there, leveling it up over time. That I just don't think I personally, or we personally, will be on the ground in that one property long enough to get it to that expert level.
I think that's the difference there, is that we're not spending enough time on the ground at these properties. So, okay, one more counterpoint. We had one of our clients, we have a podcast with him, Nin. He outsourced the renovation design to interior decorator. I'm not sure how much renovation was included, but definitely the interior decoration. Do you think that is a viable way? If someone's like, what, it's never going to feel done? Do you think just, unfortunately, it's paying more money, but getting it done?
Yeah,
it's actually like an emotional difference too, where I think he's looking at it as an investment Airbnb that he's not going to live in, where I think we've gone too far with our Beppu spot that we're like, we want to live there also. So I think if we were to detach that and be like, okay, this is an Airbnb mechanism at this certain quality threshold, let's run it. And maybe that's like a, I don't know, perfectionist mindset. But what do you think, Eric?
Do you guys leave some of your personal stuff at Beppu?
Oh yeah,
that's part of it, I think too. So like, I wanted to originally like, oh yeah, I'd love to have like rando people stay at my place, and then I'm like, I got my own shit here. Nah, they can stay at my second place. Like,
we don't have too much stuff.
Yeah.
Though. So
it's like, you have a closet like full of your clothes.
I have one suitcase.
Oh,
I think
that's not
we
bad.
have a whole bunch of tools, but
yeah, maybe it's just too personal though. You've made it for you, so it just feels intrusive if you have people that you don't know stay there.
Yeah, I think we're caught. I'm personally, I think, feeling caught between where I don't feel like the Airbnb as at the quality, like Beppu's not at the quality that I would want it to be at for an Airbnb. I think with Hawaii, like I tried really, really hard that it is designed to be very good and like last a long time, where Beppu, I think it's just going to be problem after problem because the bones, we don't know the bones well enough.
Yeah, it's Project House.
Yeah, but it's been fun.
Project House
no
1.0.
regrets. Yeah, totally. Okay, we're going back around the horn here. Eric, number 4.
Yeah, I would say things Akiya or just people that live maybe in Inaka side of Akiya in Japan. So the countryside of Japan would be locks don't matter.
Locks, like door locks.
Door locks do not matter. Car locks do not matter. Garage locks do not matter. I don't see a purpose for them. The mailman, when he comes, he opens up my door and throws the mail in.
He opens your door. Really? He opens your door?
Yeah, he's
So-
left mail right on my step, and like, or people that know me have come in and left stuff inside. Or when
People
people
have done
come
that
in
in
to say
Beppu,
hello,
too.
they open your door and they're like "Konnichiwa," you know. So
Yeah.
there's no purpose for locks. And honestly, if you have your door locked, I think you'll miss out on visitors or mail because they'll go up and they'll be like, "It must not be home. It's locked," you know. So yeah, and well, honestly, so the safety level of Japan, right? I don't lock anything, and I don't want to.
All right.
That's
Party in Eric's house. Unlocked right now, guys. Go for it.
Probably is.
That's actually really interesting because I noticed in Beppu, they'll do that sometimes. And I think thinking back to when I was in high school in Shizuoka, I think neighbors did that too. They just they open up the little sliding genkan door a little bit, konnichiwa. And it reminds me, Take, so in Beppu, Take and I are members of a community-only hot spring onsen.
Oh yeah, you guys are master bathers.
Yeah, you got
Jisoji
it right.
Onsen. There's a man, Itai-san, who runs the Jisoji Onsen, and we have to pay him in cash each month in a specific envelope. He was like, "You cannot lose this envelope. You have to pay me with this envelope." Anyways, I'll go there, but it always feels weird. So I'll ring the doorbell and just kind of wait outside. But I feel like maybe I should just open up his door and say konnichiwa. I don't know. Both probably feel a little bit weird, but it feels like maybe a little too Western, the ping pong and then just waiting. I'm not sure. It's always like a strange time for me. I feel like when I'm maybe he's just an intimidating guy. So no matter what I do, it's going to feel strange.
He's older, I take it. Older guy?
Boomer.
Like
Yeah.
his 50s, I think. He's
Yeah.
50s, maybe 60s.
Japanese elderly can be intimidating sometimes because you don't want to disrupt their lifestyle.
The first time I went over there, his son lives at home. His son is actually about the same age as me. And I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up?" His son's got a motorcycle too. And I was like, "Oh, hey, what's up, man? Like, we should be friends. Like, let's hang out." And then Itai's son, the dad, was like, "Ha ha ha! Hey, son, you want to be friends with the gaijin?" I like kind of like laughed like that.
Is that what he said?
Yeah, something like that. And I was like, "Oh,
No
man."
way. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
All right. So, okay. Safety, I agree with you, Eric. Like, I don't think Joey is more, I don't think I ever lock anything. Joey locks stuff. I think he's better
Yeah.
about that.
Beth's a
than me.
locker. She'll lock stuff at night, and it's weird.
If you are thinking about buying an Akiya, just a note on this, like door locks are different. So if you bring over like a E-code lock, we brought over like a Schlagen code, which is like the number pad deadbolt lock.
You
Does
brought
not
that
fit.
over?
We wanted to put a door with it because I have the Schlag system for all my Airbnbs on this app. I know, Eric. This is not it's a different door size.
As a
But
contractor, that is laughable. But
Yep.
I can see how somebody else could make that mistake.
Yep. How actually on that note, like how do we get that installed, Eric? Is this a custom door we need to make for our Tama place or something?
Yeah.
Damn it. There's no
Wait.
can we buy a Western door somewhere in
I think we have to go with
You
a
wouldn't
Japanese.
want one.
There are Japanese companies that make these. Their websites are just very kind of difficult to navigate, but they do make like keypad locks in Japan.
Yeah. I've seen very rarely, but I've seen like a couple.
All right. Number 5, Joey. What's something
All right,
Akiya
before we
buyers
do
don't
that,
understand?
just wanted to mention to all the listeners, Taki and I run the AkiyaMart Direct purchasing program. If you are at all interested in following along this journey that Eric, Taki, and I have gone down and purchasing real estate in Japan, we can help you buy, and we can help you buy fully remotely as well. We've purchased maybe 4 out of 6 of our properties remotely, so just know this whole journey is completely possible.
Great job, Jerry, with the ad there. Okay, now on to number 5. What is something you've learned, or what is one thing Akiya buyers will understand?
Okay, something only Akiya buyers will understand. This one is a little bit history lesson-y. So I think the main thing that I've come to realize after being an Akiya buyer is that these homes from the 60s and 70s were cheap construction. They were cheap construction at the time, and they are continue to be cheap construction. I think Japan, for a lot of things, electronics and craftsmanship, people think of Japan as having very high quality for most items that you would purchase or services you would get done. And predominantly, I agree, that's true. And maybe perhaps I don't own a kominka, one of the traditional style Japanese homes, but I believe those probably embody that same type of Japanese craftsmanship where everything is rock solid and well built. But the homes that Taka and I have purchased, and maybe you too, Eric, were built in the 60s and 70s during Japan's economic boom. And I came to sort of realize this when we were in discussion with Sekisui Homes. So Sekisui Chemical, Sekisui Heim Home. Sorry, it's difficult to say that company's name. But anyways, they were a massive home builder during this boom, and they started building these semi-prefabricated homes to help Japan's growing urbanization and growing population during those boom years. And the goal was to build a lot of housing quickly. And a lot of the homes on the market that are on the cheaper end, the ones that me and Take and Eric have purchased, they're sitting on rock foundations, like in the sense, like when we tore up the floor, it's not a concrete slab down there. It's a literal rock that kind of pushed in the center of a dirt pad. And then there's some support beams sitting right on top of them. And I feel like there's many other places during the journey with Sato-san where we saw more or less like, for example, the subfloor on the second floor, it was 2 layers of 1/8-inch plywood just on top of each other with quite wide gaps in between. And I just believe that a lot of this was just cost saving measures. Like another example is where they put, I don't even know what that's called, but in a lot of the tatami rooms, there's like a little kind of step up where maybe they put a shrine or something kind of ornamental space in the homes. I can't remember what they're called,
Oh,
but
like next to the Butsudan?
yeah, like next to the Butsudan. That's
Yeah.
not a floor you can stand on. And like underneath our staircase in Tama, again, that's not a floor you can stand on. These are like it's like almost like a veneer. It's like 1/8-inch plywood. And there's no supports underneath. So what I'm trying to say is I feel like the homes that most people are seeing that are very affordable right now, don't expect them to be that Japanese craftsmanship. These are coming from a different era of Japan, the economic boom years of Japan, where it was rapid growth and rapid urbanization and trying to build houses. Eric,
I
do you
agree
have
with
any
you.
thoughts there?
Oh, yeah.
Mine's super old. So my house was from Meiji era. So it's like 150 or so years old.
Yeah, the
So it's,
Showa era, sort of, right? 60s,
yeah,
70s is where I'm talking
that's where
about.
gets yeah. I've seen Jay's was like that from Showa era. And when I went in it, I was like, yo, you should tear this thing down.
Poor guy. Did you say that to him actually?
I was just like, yo, dude, I would abandon ship.
No, for real?
Yeah. I was just like, to me, I was like, this is more work than it's worth, you know? Yeah, but my house, it's different. It's
I didn't
old.
know yours was Meiji. That's pretty cool, actually.
It is. Yeah, I think that it was a surprise to me as well because it's been
Is it
updated along the
Taisho?
way.
Is it Taisho era or Meiji? Taisho was
Mate,
the one right before Showa, and then before Taisho was Meiji's like 1888.
I'm 1886 or something like that.
Wow.
Whoa. Okay.
Yeah.
But they updated yours a lot, right?
But my thing, yeah, my house has been updated within the same family the entire way, and it's been well kept. And so that's what I was looking for, right? Something that was just well loved, because then that means you have like the old good bones, but you've got modern electrical running through the house and stuff. So yeah.
I think that's a counterpoint to Joey's kind of a little bit like, although, yeah, I agree with Joey. Like, I was surprised by the build quality. Once you start like tearing stuff down, you're like, wait a second, this just goes straight. This is right on top of a patch of dirt. But on the flip side, Eric, as you mentioned, like the families take a really good care of these places. Like I would assume if you were to take the same subset of the house and bring it in America, it'd be like much more hurting than I think some of the ones we see in Japan. Like a lot of these families
They'd be
do take
destroyed.
good care, even though
Yeah.
it's a really thin plywood floor. It's still pretty good condition considering it's like 50 years old.
That's very
Yeah.
true. I agree with that too.
Yeah. I think the
Oh.
only drawback is like that. If you find that Showa era stuff, whether it's been updated or not. So like if it hasn't been updated, you are met with the orange, yellow toilet or like weird color bathrooms and stuff like that. And it's tough because now you get to update it and you might be in for a surprise, right?
Oh my
As you
God.
guys were.
Just flashbacks to using our squatty potty toilets for like 3 months, Joey.
No way, dude. You
Yeah.
did that long?
Maybe 2 months, or I don't know. I feel like we use it. Joe used it definitely longer than
I had a standard toilet and I
That was-
still renoed the room like week
that was
one.
tough.
I mean, standard toilet is definitely way better, but I don't like truly mind the squatty potty. But
Clearly you don't mind it 3 months in.
And we found out you can get a conversion really easily on Amazon, where it's like it
Like
makes
sits
it a
on top of it.
Yeah, like we
Yeah.
should have just done that, I think, from early
Yeah.
on. But all right, I'm going next. Number 6, and this is something I wouldn't expect. I started getting, so we didn't have a kitchen most of the time, so Joey and I ate out a lot, and I felt like we kind of got tired of eating Japanese food, or it made me feel unhealthy. I think going out and getting, let's say, heavy ramen or tonkatsu every day, like it really does build up. And like I think 2 weeks in, kind of just like felt like shit. We weren't exercising, we weren't eating healthy. Something I really didn't expect. And now I think now that we're 6 Akiyas deep, I'm always like, Joey, we got to trade wealth for health a little bit. We got to make these trips more active. We got to start cooking more, because it's just like, I never would have thought, like, I am tired of eating out ramen after some amount of time, because your body just doesn't feel great. Thoughts, guys?
yeah, I find that I start looking for like every time I'm in Beppu, and like because when I'm in Beppu for like 2-3 weeks, I'm like, there's gotta be like a chopped salad place here somewhere, kind of kind of feeling. I do get tired of Japanese food, or there's like a Thai place that I like theirs too, but I'm looking for something that's not tonkatsu, I feel like, or ramen.
So tonkatsu ramen is so good in Beppu, though.
Yeah. I'm always looking to expand like our options. So we have something for everything. I kind of joke with Beth, we need to find the absolute best omurice place in our area. Okay, we've done that. Now we got to find the absolute best ramen shop. Okay, we've done that. And then we go through the list. And so we can say we know the absolute best of any type of cuisine you want.
Do you get tired of Japanese I do find that Japanese flavors, I'm not gonna say limited, but there's like almost like a fixed set of Japanese flavors, and I find that I end up wanting something outside of that.
We have a really good burger place. So when you like got to reset your palate,
Damn.
we go to this we go to a hamburger place, and I feel like we have a really good Italian pasta place. So and we have an Indian place. So I feel like that allows us to reset. Like if you get tired of the Asian flavor, right? Japanese flavor, everything's always brown gravy, right? In Japan, then you go reset with one of those like other ethnic foods.
Shout out to Japanese Indian food. I actually really like it. I like
So
it.
good.
It's very
Yeah.
sweet. Like
Number
there's
3 in the world.
sugar or something in the naan. There's sugar in the curry. Like it's a sweet take on Indian food, but like I don't know. I really like it.
And not
Yeah.
spicy. Japanese people cannot take spicy. And like, I go to Japan and get hot, and I come back here and get medium and just get wrecked. Like,
What kind of Indian places are you going to? Come over to my place.
God,
man.
I'm over in, I don't know. Niigata's got the spice, is what you're saying?
I've got really good friends at Ganji Sugawara Indian restaurant near me, and
Alright.
they're like Nepalese owners, but they're super chill. And they shout out to them because Beth is a umeshu fan, plum wine, and they have these big bottles because it's a restaurant, and her favorite ones, like we go to liquor stores everywhere looking for top quality plum wine, and she can't find it. She goes there to the Indian restaurant. They have the best. So I make friends with them, and I'm like, hey, can you get me can I buy a bottle from you guys? And they're like, yeah, no problem. Come back like in a few days. We'll order one in. We'll have it for you. I get one, 2,000 yen. I'm like, for the giant, delicious bottle. And then we go back to our next trip and we're like, hey, can we get some more of these? Like, we want to bring back to the US. Yeah, cool. 3 bottles, 3 giant bottles, 6,000 yen. So it's cheaper than the liquor store and better.
Damn. Okay, we're coming up. We're coming up to
Yeah.
Niigata.
I'll show you guys some good food.
Big preach to all the Indian restaurants in Japan. Do you guys ever feel like when I go to an Indian restaurant in Japan and they're doing all the what is it, omotenashi, like the Japanese style, like
Yeah.
manners and like that kind of stuff? I'm always like, you can chill with me, bro, kind of thing.
Yeah.
Like switch to English. Like I'm always like,
Loosen
don't
my
worry about
shoulders a little bit.
yeah. I'm always like, it's cool. Like you can relax with me.
Yeah. I always try to give that vibe off. I don't know if they receive it or if they know that you're trying to tell them that.
One last point actually on the food. I think in balancing that wealth for health, Joey and I hit a good routine where we subscribed to a gym at one point where we were doing laundry downstairs, we were going to the gym, then we hit the onsen, and then we're eating. I think that was like the cycle week I think I felt best in Japan, and would recommend anyone buying in Japan to think about like, what am I going to do for exercise? I think that's a missing component we've been feeling.
Anytime Fitness. Very hard
So-
to cancel your contract, but if you're in the system, I think you can go to any gym on the planet, right?
Yep. All right. That was number 6. I'm going to throw a bonus round. Throwing it back to you, Eric. Number 7. What else should what do Akiya buyers know?
Or only Akiya buyers know. This is one that I kind of warn people about beforehand because like I have a buddy right now trying to buy in, or he's in the process of buying in Joetsu, and he's like, oh, when I get there, I'll just do this. And I was like, oh, how you gonna move that trash or your reno or the old toilet, right? I was like, you don't have a car. What are you gonna do? Take your old toilet, put it in a bag, and hop on the train, and then take it to the disposal place. So like something that you'll know is you want to have a vehicle to just handle your daily errands, go get groceries. Yes, public transportation is great, but there's some places on the island where you want a car.
Agreed. Car life is the best. You just need an international driver's license from AAA, and you can drive, and it's not that scary. Everyone's like, I don't know how to drive on the other side of the road. Like, you'll get used to it in like a couple minutes.
Yeah, it's just parking lots is where you'll get a little turned around, I think. So
reversing back into parking spots, is that the move?
Or like when you're leaving a parking lot, like remembering what lane you need to be in. So yeah.
Okay, Joey, I'm giving you the final number 8. I'm copping out and not going for a number 9. Final and best point, Joey.
Final and best point. I mean, I think my best point was actually the second one. Is that, like I said, cheaper construction than you're going to expect. It's not that Japanese craftsmanship, but I'm trying to think of something like that's not just Japan. Like, I think there's 2 ways to answer this question. One is, hey, what do only people who have lived in Japan know? Versus, hey, what do only people who have actually purchased an Akiya know? And so I'm going to go with, so I'm trying to do more of the second style that's not Japan specific, but more Akiya buyer specific. And I think one off the top of my head, this isn't my best point, but I'm on the spot here. So the one that comes to the top of my head is Amazon and deliveries are more difficult than you expect. First off, me and Take tried to send some magazines to our Beppu house before we officially got there to test out whether Amazon would work. And there were several problems that prevented us from getting deliveries. One, like first off the bat, it's difficult for Amazon.com to accept your American credit card. It like accepts it, but it randomly flakes out and says like, hey, payment didn't go through. And it's like one of those very frustrating things where you try it a million times, the exact same thing. And on the millionth time, like it magically works. I don't know why. And then it'll go back to not working. So just know that's one of the issues we ran into. Second one is we had the address wrong. So some properties, our Myoko property is actually, the Beppu property has 2 official addresses. One is the land parcel address, and then the second one is the mailing address. And at the time, we didn't understand this, and we were trying to use the land parcel address as the address we were putting in Amazon. That didn't work, and nothing was getting sent to our house. So that was the first problem we had to solve, was figure out that. I've heard a lot of rural properties, for example, our Myoko property only uses the land parcel address. It does not have a separate mailing address. And Tama City House, I'm guessing it probably has two, or maybe they're the same. Just know there's some complications, and always make sure you ask your real estate agent, is this the mailing address that you can send stuff to? The funnier issue was when we finally did get the address correct, the Amazon delivery person or mailman would not leave the packages there because it looked like no one was living there. It wasn't Akiya. It had been abandoned for however 1.5 years. And they're
Just
like,
leave
wait,
it there, bro.
this has to be, they're like, this has to be wrong because there's no, so that was the third problem we ran into. Fourth problem we run into is even now that it looks more lived in, they weren't leaving the packages. They don't want to leave packages unattended. It's less like America, even though I think
Leave your door
Amazon
unlocked.
package theft is very rare. Yeah, maybe leave your door unlocked is the answer here. They wouldn't leave the packages unattended. So we had to make a sign. Actually, Take wrote the sign. One of the rare times I've seen him write kanji and
Hey.
hiragana, but we still have the sign. It's
Yeah.
framed now in the Beppu house. Take hand wrote a sign on damboru, a cardboard, in a Sharpie saying, hey, please leave packages unattended here. It's okay. And even then, with all these things figured out, I still feel like 1 in 10 times the package doesn't get delivered.
Hey, we got to 9 in 10 though. That they
9
are
in
getting
10.
delivered. Pretty good.
Pretty good. I
If
agree.
you are, yeah.
Oh,
Go ahead,
do you
Eric.
want a bonus 9? I just thought of one.
Okay,
Weeds.
before I go bonus 9, Amazon, if you are buying an Akiya, don't expect to like time everything correctly with Amazon. Like, oh, I'm going to order all these Amazon things and it's going to arrive there perfectly on time. It will not, is I think the big moral of the story with Joey's point here. And nothing delivery goes exactly as planned. So, all right, Eric, on to
Yeah.
you. I heard a preview. Number 9, bonus.
Weeds, plants, your overgrowth of your yard and
How are
garden.
koi fish, dude? Are they still alive?
My fish did not make it. They were gifted, so like I didn't ask
Nemo.
for that. And I think they were in Madaka, so they're like river fish. And then I had some crawfish too, but I won't get into that because then I'm just like a murderer of fish. So yeah, so we had our gardener clear all our weeds like maybe a month before we got there this last trip. And when we got there, my backyard was over my waist height. Like it was never done. And
Jungle.
so yeah, just be ready to put down some bosu shito.
Is that what you call it?
Yeah,
That
that's
weed
the
cloth?
weed barrier the black weed barrier
Bosu.
fabric. The
Okay.
bosu shito. So yeah,
Nice.
that's my bonus.
All right, cool. Well, so that is 9 things only Akiya buyers will know. Joey, I do agree with you. A couple of those are just Japan-related things, but I think a lot of our listeners are kind of like us who are going into this. We've learned a lot. It has not been easy. As Joey mentioned, we do have our AkiyaMart direct purchasing program. We also have a website, www.akiya-mart.com, where we have over, what, Joey? Million listings at this point?
Yeah, like 1.5 million live on the site. Take, but big news, we just completed our merch store.
Oh, let's go.
I see
Okay,
Eric
so-
wearing the t-shirt merch right now.
Yes.
Okay, the merch store is going live on Tuesday in this next newsletter. We have 2 designs. We have our Kappa design, which is our first pilot shirt, and we do have our next limited edition Coin Laundry t-shirt.
Coin laundry. I love it, by the way. I received it not too long ago, and the cotton, soft but durable, print, unique. I wore it to a car show. I got a lot of compliments. So kudos to the shirt.
If you want to impress the car guys, you know the shirt to get.
Help.
We'll leave a link in the show notes on the merch store. Again, we're only going to print maybe close to 100 of these. I think we want to keep printing more designs. So limited edition, get them while they're hot. I've literally been wearing this shirt like almost every day. And like Gaga's like, what? Don't you have any other non-AkiyaMart shirts at this point? But all right, boys, good episode. And we look forward to chatting with you guys soon.
Thanks for listening to this week's episode of Buying a House in Japan. If you find the show helpful or at least entertaining, give us a 5-star rating. Takes 5 seconds and really goes a long way.
If you or someone you know is looking for a Japanese home, check out AkiyaMart.com, our English-friendly site that lets you browse over 500,000 listings. That's AkiyaMart.com to find your dream home in Japan.
If you've got questions or feedback, drop us a line. Email contact@AkiyaMart.com. You can also find us on Instagram as well as TikTok, where we post properties, tips on the home buying process, and updates on our own purchases and renovations.
Thanks again for listening, and we'll see you next week.